Good afternoon and welcome to the Cruise Amigos Live. Right at the moment, just coming to you live from Forest, Virginia. Haven't heard. There comes John. Let's bring John in, see if we've got a line. Good morning or afternoon or whichever it is. Morning for you. Hi, John.
Good morning.
We can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
All right. I've explained to people before on my show that you thought you might make a brief stop by. So glad you're here. Can you give us a update on your life and well-being?
Well, first of all, I'm alive.
That's a good sign.
So that's a good thing. And relatively happy and pleased. I have a giant sunburn mark right here and the matching one on my backside for where they did what's called a cardioversion, where they stopped and restarted my heart. And it's now the top and the bottom are beating together. Boom, 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 boom. And this is great. This is wonderful. And it worked the first. I mean, it went according to the book.
Yeah.
They didn't have to really try again. So I'm recovering. I'm supposed to not do anything for a while, and but this is included in not doing anything, right?
Well, I'm not going to let you do it very long.
Well, I can listen. I'm a good listener, so.
Okay.
Thank you, Katie. Hi, everybody. JNS. Hi, Sonny. Hi, Tom. Hi, Mike. I'm both feeling really good, but yet fatigued and tired, and it's been a hell of a 5 days. And in the hospital.
Were you getting pretty well fed up with hospital food, or were you not able to eat anything?
No, as the food goes, it's quite interesting. In our new hospital now, they have this company, that does the food.
Yeah.
And they're open from 7 in the morning till 6 at night. And you can order anything you want. And it's, I was on a cardio menu, so I didn't get all the choices that Ronnie and Heidi came and had Sunday dinner with me, and they had more choices. But no, it was great. I mean, there was spaghetti and meatballs. There was tilapia. There was meatballs and mashed potatoes. Any kind of burger you wanted. Breakfast served all the time. The whole time you could get breakfast. And it was good. I mean, obviously, it's prepackaged and, but it didn't taste bad. And it wasn't weird as far as consistency or micro, like the French toast. They actually made the French toast. So, so kind of good. And
I see Kitty's come to visit.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to leave my side now. He's just stuck to me because he was really lonely for some days. So.
For 5 days.
Come on, man. Come on. You gonna come over? Oh, you got to go around the back side of the computer. Okay. Okay, no.
He's got to knock a few things off.
Oh God!
Before he gets on your lap.
Oh, so he went all the way around. Okay, come on. Well, come on then. No, just not sure how to sit with me here. Huh?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, he might still be smelling hospital on you too.
Yeah, you just can't wash it off. But anyway, it was really neat. But how's this for a random coincidence? It's 2015, and I'm in the hospital recovering from my back surgery.
Yeah.
They had to move me to a different room because I got an ileus. An ileus, short story, is your intestines quit working because of all the drugs.
Okay.
In the room next to me was my 30-year pretty good friend, Sister Denise, from one of the monasteries.
Okay.
In for her things. I don't know what she was in. But what are the odds? So we're in we're in rooms that are back to back.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I end up down in Fargo at Sanford at the big kind of Mayo Clinic kind of place, and having in the surgery, because this is a put you under kind of thing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm 2 hours behind Sister Denise having surgery in the same building. What are
Wow.
I mean, it's just weirder than weird. And so we have messages back and forth, praying for each other but just a bizarre. I mean, here it is, 8 years later.
Yeah, and you're both in the hospital again.
And we're both in the hospital. Time. Yeah, for not, I don't think the same thing, but for surgery.
Yeah. Hot Air Tom says he sent me a picture.
Okay.
And, but it has not. Hard to say that. I have the one picture from Northern Ireland that I showed on my show, but I haven't gotten anything else, Hot Air Tom.
Then he says he's doing a load of laundry in the bathroom, second wash cycle. How do you know when you move from one wash cycle to the other? How do you decide that?
You push the automatic button on the cold water.
Oh, the automatic.
I don't know. Doing a load of laundry in the bathroom. Yeah, Hot Air Tom. That's you're a rare one.
Oh, I got a joke about that. That's really funny. You brought that up.
Okay.
Guy goes to a restaurant, and the waiter says, "How would you like your steak?" And the customer says, "Well done." And the waiter says, "Thanks. I've been practicing."
That was terrible.
Well, I always all my jokes are terrible.
Yeah, they certainly are. What's Martin up to? I haven't heard a word from him. Let's see if he did send a message.
Is he
Last time I checked,
yeah.
He had not. And I'm going over here, and once again, nope.
Come on.
I tell you what, we need somebody from the other side of the pond that wants to do this show with us.
Yeah.
We want somebody from Europe, anywhere in Europe, that wants to do the show with us on Thursday afternoons.
With an accessible home and lots of extra bedrooms.
Well, that would definitely be a plus.
That moves you higher up the list.
Oh, yeah. So if anybody knows anybody or anybody wants to volunteer for the duty, let us know. I've had several people on the States that have volunteered that would love to do it. But we want somebody, this thing started with Pete over there.
He wants a ferner. You want a ferner.
That's how it got started, and we want to keep that balance. We want somebody from the UK or anywhere in Europe, just somebody so we've got a European connection to
France
to keep it. Yeah.
Yes. If you have a pied-à-terre in Barcelona, also moves you higher on the list.
Yeah. All right. So you may not know this because I haven't been able to talk to you as much as usual recently because I've been afraid of bothering you. I mean, I realize that I'm not a bother, but I didn't want to wear out my welcome. Normally, I don't give a damn, but at any rate, so Hot Air Tom and I, and then Kenneth and Robin were booked on the Epic Transatlantic in 2025, followed by a Greek Islands cruise. Norwegian, in its ultimate wisdom, canceled the Greek Islands cruise because they're putting her in for a dry dock. Why they couldn't have waited 14 days to do it is beyond me, but they canceled the cruise.
Did you see what Tom said there at the bottom? And I think he's right, personally. I think he's right.
What for the rumors people actually thinking NCL would change the bathrooms?
I think that's what they're going to do.
The rumors.
I think
wait for the rumors.
Yeah, I think that they've had enough feedback and doing the math, people saying, I've heard good things about the Epic, but I just think the bathrooms suck, or people complaining afterwards. And I think it's a good enough ship. I mean, I think the only thing that's really wrong with the Epic, in my opinion, it does not have a promenade deck.
Yeah.
You can only on deck 5. There's one whole side of the ship, so you can run the ship, turn around, and run the ship back. But there's no
all the way.
There's no circular promenade deck.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not a negative. I'm sure there's runners and stuff that just have to have that. But there are a few other choices floating on the water if that's your.
All right. Well, Kenneth and Robin have booked the Breakaway,
Okay.
which I was on in January. I love the Breakaway. For the day after we get off the Epic in Civitavecchia. And it's a Western Caribbean cruise, not a Greek Islands cruise. But I mean, it goes to some, it goes to Barcelona, a couple places in Italy, Cannes, and another stop in France, Marseille in France. Can't remember where else it stops, but it's a typical Western Caribbean cruise.
Sure.
So I haven't looked at it. I was kind of waiting for Hot Air Tom because this thing was all generated around him having a suite, and so you really get some idea of what he wants to do. So I
Dennis,
don't know.
have you seen Dennis's comments here? Dennis, how many times have you sailed on the Epic in cabins that have those bathrooms?
Are you talking how many times?
Well,
The Epic contains a mattress in the middle of the toilet and one corner shower.
yeah, he's saying the Epic cabins are a mattress in the middle of a loo, toilet in one corner, shower in the other, and a main basin next to the bed. And then he's saying, please stop installing glass doors for the water closet. So my question is Dennis, how many times have you been sailing on the Epic? Simple question. Somewhere between 1 and 100?
I don't know. So, anyway, some people don't like it. Some people do. That's all. John does.
I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
That's.
I tried to call NCL yesterday to find out what happens to my 60,000 points I used from the MasterCard to upgrade the inside to balcony. Internet was too slow and I could hear the agent, but they couldn't hear me. Well, that's one of the issues when you're on another ship. So we don't have to do anything today on it, although, I'm willing to listen to what happens when you find out what you can do, Tom. I mean, I'm not going to leave you stuck. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Dennis says he was one and done on the Epic Mediterranean cruise. There's a reason why Epic's cruise fares are so low.
Yeah, Dennis, a benefit to us. A cheap way to float out there in the water.
I don't think NCL will redo the bathroom due to all the plumbing changes. Maybe install solid walls or door between the bed and shower and toilet. Well, that's not on all the cabins, though, y'all.
Well, it would be on all the basic cabins.
Yeah.
The suites,
so anyway.
the suites, and the suites too. The mini suites that I've had, it's just that you get a tub instead of the shower, but it's still the same curved glass, sliding glass things.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's not a whole lot you can do about those. So.
Enjoy them.
Sonny says, would love it if the waterfront deck comes to the Epic. Yeah.
What's a waterfront
disagrees
deck?
with you on the promenade deck.
Oh,
Same
okay.
thing as a promenade.
All right.
Uh,
That's never going to happen because they would have to absolutely change,
one whole deck.
one whole deck. So I would suggest that will never, ever, never.
The hot air says, I am frugal. I don't mind watching Chillie shower. Well,
Well,
hell, I might not want to watch you shower.
but you don't have to. This is more of this rumor stuff. There's a curtain, a very strong, can't see through it, can't hardly hear through it curtain that goes across the hallway that separates the toilet and the shower from the room. So it's just not.
Yeah, we were in a suite anyway.
Oh, well, then I don't even know how that's, if it's a mini
Yeah.
suite. If it's a mini suite,
No,
it's
this
just
was
suite.
a full blown
I don't know what Epic has on their.
hoity-toity suite.
Yeah, I have not. I guess I could. You don't know a room number.
Hot air Tom tries. Yeah, dude. Hot air Tom travels a lot more expensively than I do. I'll give you that in 1 second, John.
Dennis, there's no Epic
to look
room
it
that
up.
I've been in where the shower door opened into the cabin. That I don't know what you're talking about. The shower door opens facing the toilet. The two face each other.
Where's the room number? Stateroom 9268.
9268. Well, let's see what. A balcony. All right, cruise lines talking about it. There's the picture. Can we get the picture bigger? Doggone it, it's a little picture.
Wait a minute.
What?
I just realized that I deleted the wrong cruise. I deleted the good cruise and not the great cruise. Oh, well, it's going to be the same cabin anyway. So
92, 91, 92, and 68, 58, 64, 66, 68. Okay, well, there it is.
we were in a balcony handicapped room.
Yeah, it's a big room. It's just before the hallway takes a jog, if you remember. On the Epic, when you get to either end, the hallway takes a...
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I got a wonderful picture of the balcony, looking, or the room looking
Oh,
to the
hot air
balcony.
test. We were not in a suite. We were just in a balcony room. My bad. But it is a handicapped accessible room. Okay.
Right. See, and I don't know how that's laid out. If it's a handicapped accessible room, I wonder how they're doing the shower. Does it? Because you usually expect that it's a floor roll, right? That you can
Yeah, I
roll in.
have. I have a roll-in shower,
Yeah.
which I don't necessarily need that, but yeah. So this might be set up entirely different. There's Yo Brooklyn in the house. Eddie, hey Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
Emily's here. Hi, Emily.
And it's it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms off the elevators, so not so bad. Not so bad. I just can't shift spin. Nope, it's not going to give me that either, huh? Well, okay then. I've never stayed on deck 9, 10, 14. I don't think I've ever stayed on deck 9. I love the Epic. Nobody's going to change my mind. I don't care. I'll shower in the mess hall if that's the difference.
Yeah, Dennis said that you can always shower in the fitness center. Use the showers in the fitness center or spa. They're always taller, wider, and bigger than in the stateroom.
They
Well,
are.
now that's a good tip for somebody that's my size that doesn't have to have a handicap accessible shower.
Yeah. And there's another thing that you can do. When you're going to take a nice, comfortable shower, the other person could go for a walk.
Well, that's true too. Or
Just an idea.
in my case,
I know it's bold.
to the
but
bar for a drink.
I wasn't going to do subtexts or add-ons
Hot
there,
air,
but
take a shower.
yeah.
I'm going to go get sloshed.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
Here's my card. You know,
I
put
like
it on
that
my
a
card.
lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all right. So if that was, I was thinking for some reason, I was thinking that was a suite, hot air. If that's just a balcony, then I'll look at the breakaway. I had a balcony on the breakaway when I was in a balcony. I don't remember now what room I had on the breakaway. But yeah, I could see what's available and what the costs are. Of course, you do better on the costs, and then I pick up my half. So anyway, yeah, that's good. Got a good possibility. I would love to continue on with Kenneth and Robin. I was really looking forward to spending almost a month with them, as well as hot air. So yeah, I could, that would at least kind of salvage what we were doing. So
Yesterday, after my procedure, when I finally got out, I hadn't eaten for like 14 hours. And so we went Fargo. I don't know if you know Fargo, North Dakota, but Fargo, North Dakota is Fargo, Moorhead, Dilworth, the surrounding areas, about 250,000 people. And it's as upscale of a city as, any urban city is, not the New York or, the high-rise kind of city, but otherwise. And they've got all the new products there and all that stuff. And so we went to a place. The place had to cost $2 million. There's just no way. For the city block of parking and the building in the middle of it, the building had 30-foot ceilings in it, and lunch yesterday cost us $50. Ronnie had some ravioli, and I had fish and chips. And right in the middle of the lunch with Ronnie, I said, how's yours? He said, mine's pretty good. It's very good. I like it. How's yours? My comment was, I don't know of a cruise ship that I've ever been on where this would be considered an acceptable meal. Even the bad quotes, cruise ships rides that I've been on, the food was better than that. I mean, the fish was soggy. It didn't flake. The onion rings were just cooked in under temperature grease so that they turned dark brown,
Yeah.
The French fry, they were like waffle cut fries. I just had the rest of it for lunch here. And it's unusual for me to leave a serving in a restaurant. Yeah. I ate about a third of it yesterday, and for being so hungry, and you're just going, how do they stay in business? After you've been on a cruise ship, and I'm talking, Majesty of the Sea, Royal Caribbean, I'm talking Carnival Conquest, MSC Orchestra, and then and 3 Norwegian ships. But it's like, I just want to go into these kitchens and go, you people would have more business if you had good food. Fish and chips should not be that hard, or it should not be on the menu. There's no.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I fussed at them a couple times over. One of the things that gets me is their attempts at biscuits and gravy. Now, I'm a good Southern boy. Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits, number one, got to be right, and then the gravy got to be right, and they do both poorly.
But it's either you if you haven't had the experience, you don't know that this is bad B&G. But having a bed and breakfast for 4 years where we served a full breakfast, we got biscuits and gravy down really fast. Matter of fact, we had a biscuit with only 3 ingredients. Yes. Can you think? We should ask our listeners, what ingredients do you think? Yeah, this is the kitty right here. Doesn't want to leave my side right now. What ingredients do you think are in our 3 ingredient biscuits?
It's got to be.
Now, some people are going to challenge the 3 ingredients when I tell you one of them, but you can go buy it at the store in a bag.
We lost your audio. That might have been the kitty. Nope. Nope. Yeah, we got no audio from John, and the little microphone has a line through it. And I assume nobody else can hear John either.
How about now?
John, now we can hear you. I figured the cat cut you
Now
off.
tell me, how did the cat mute the mic? I can't figure
have
out.
no idea.
Okay, so we're back to 3 ingredients.
Yeah. Go ahead. Flour, water, and
biscuits.
riser.
Flour, water. Nope.
And, well,
there's no water in it.
Yeast.
There's no water in it. Nope.
Flour, milk, and yeast.
Well, you're getting warmer. Yeast is not one of the components, however.
Okay, so flour, milk.
Great. Come on, you guys, all you biscuit listeners out there. What's a 3 ingredient
Probably something
biscuit?
stupid like salt.
Okay.
Flour, butter, and shortening is another guess.
Yep. Self-rising flour. And that's where some chefs are going to go, well, that's not one ingredient. Because, there's 6 or 7 things in self-rising flour.
Okay.
But when I go and buy it in a box in the store, and it's one purchase and one storage at home, and it's one thing. Butter, of course, because you got to, that's what makes a biscuit. A biscuit is chopping that butter into little pearls so that when it hits the oven, they go poof. And cream. Okay. Heavy cream.
Oh, cream. Ah.
And I'm telling you that nobody left our table not liking our biscuits. We made them every morning. Every morning.
All right.
Every morning.
Oh, I could deal with that.
Yeah.
But I fuss at cruise ships sometimes because it sucks.
It's that they don't know. We should have a free seminar for cruise ships to make biscuits and gravy.
On the Joy, that the last ship I was on, actually had decent, not great biscuits, but decent biscuits.
Okay.
And the gravy was acceptable. And that's probably the first time I've ever had it. I mean, I had it a couple times after. I usually don't even try it because it looks awful to start with. But I tried this one day and it was pretty decent. So I had it a couple times.
Now, to me, the ratio of pork sausage to gravy is also critical.
Oh, yeah.
If the ratio is wrong or if it's not up to temperature, some people make it too thick.
Yeah.
I don't like it where it can make a wall. It's so thick that it can make a wall.
Yeah.
Lemon meringue pie, yes, the lemon is supposed to be thick enough to make a wall.
Right.
But not here.
Not gravy.
Yeah, and
gravy needs to be gravy.
Gravy needs to be gravy, and gravy has a certain consistency. I'm sure that if there's a measurer where you can swipe it through the gravy and it tells you how thick it is. But it has to be it's just a feel. Mom taught me. I know how to do it. I don't know how to tell you, but it can't be too tight. So. Yeah.
Hi there, Tom is asking Dennis if he's knowledgeable on Kirkwall. They dock there tomorrow.
Oh.
Regal is also in Kirkland. I'm going to meet a TWB friend from Regal, maybe spy out for Tony and Don. Oh, yeah, that's right. Tony and Don's over there, too.
Okay, Kirkwall. I did not know about Kirkwall. I'm looking at it right now.
It's in Scotland.
Yes. And it's interesting. It's, sort of in the middle of a group of islands. So, just trying to get out. Oh, okay. So it's not, it's part of Scotland. I get it. But, there's the Isle of the British Isles. And then you got to go northeast a little bit. And there's a whole group of islands. And it's kind of exactly right in the middle of that group of islands.
Somebody said they lost my sound.
I hear you fine. I hear you fine.
Sonny, can you hear me now? Yeah, I'm not sure why, because nothing jumped out at me.
Yeah. So you are how many miles? A few miles away from the Kirkwall Airport. Um, and it's a harbor that faces north, but it's a deep V harbor. So, there's quite a bit of miles of coming in till you're way down here is where the harbor is. Reminds me a little bit about Catalina Island. You've never sailed Catalina Island
I
off
have.
the coast of California? Have you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know that Catalina Island is sort of like two islands, and then
Yeah.
where my fingernails come together, there's a North Harbor and a South Harbor. That's
Right.
just like what Kirkwall is.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been to on a junket went to Catalina Island and Ensenada. One of my multiple California trips that I tagged that along the end of, another one going down to the normal Mexican Riviera.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I will not go to Mexico again ever in my life.
yeah, I know. And see, I'm careful. I'm more careful than ever in Mexico now. But there are places in Mexico that I love. I love to
Oh
go.
no, not a
Cozumel.
criticism of the place and everything, but I mean, they're kidnapping the good-looking people. So
Yeah, I hear you.
you
I
know.
don't have to worry about that. They
Oh,
don't
okay.
want old fat guys in Mexico.
No,
Maybe in Costa Rica, but not in Mexico.
the maintenance until the bond is paid is just too high.
So the Dominican Republic got a little ding.
No,
The State Department issued a level 2 warning. That's not much worse than just be careful, folks. I mean, if there was really some serious issues, you'd see the level 3s and the level 4s.
yes,
So
I mean
everybody
Germany's had
got
level 2.
all up in arms over them raising the security level for Dominican Republic. Yeah, first of all, I mean, there's been problems in the Dominican Republic for years, but Amber Cove is completely enclosed, so you don't have to worry about it. Puerto Plata is open to the public, so you have to be a little more careful in Puerto Plata. It's also why I like Amber Cove. But sometimes you don't have that choice. So on the Joy, I was supposed to go to Puerto Plata, but they had the damage on the dock from a freighter, and so we had to go to Amber Cove instead, which was fine by me.
Just terrible.
So anyway, so what else we got going on today?
What else have we got going on today? That's
How long are you going to stay at home before you go back to work?
This week, I guess. Today, tomorrow, the weekend, and then hopefully Monday I can hit it. Some guys need some hours off because they've been putting in extra.
Extra hours. You gone?
Go do the stores. Rotate through the stores.
Will you be able to start driving right away?
I can drive now. As of now, I can drive.
Okay.
So
that's good. Now, Ronnie didn't smuggle in bourbon in the scope bottle with green food coloring so you could have a cocktail, did he?
No, because first of all, as you know, when we're joking, I know, but I'm like 4 years pretty much without a drink. So
Yeah.
I'm just at the point in my life where I love the flavor of some drinks. Matter of fact, my ultimate flavored drink is a Canadian rum and real Coca-Cola. Matter of fact, I still give myself one of those a year, except that I haven't had 2022s yet. So.
Well, you got to catch up, John.
Well, I understand, but it's been
you have to catch up. That's for sure.
It's been a hectic year, So.
Yes, it has. When I'm in the hospital, I generally pay somebody to
bring in?
go shopping for me and bring me some scope, so I can keep my pipes nice and fresh for the nurses. Of course, they've got to fix the scope bottle before they bring it in.
You know, I know, particularly in my smaller town here where I am, and, I have had the same physician now. My other physician got old and retired and moved away, so then I had to get a new one. And
Yeah.
I've had Dr. F now for 14 years. And, I respect him greatly, and I listened. I've only not listened to one thing he said in the 14 years. And, but, maybe it's like a mother that has a sick kid, no matter how good your intentions are to try and get them well, sometimes you're still going down the list of, well, that didn't work, so now we'll try this. Well,
Yeah.
that didn't work, so, because it's just got to be the most difficult thing. And I would not want, I'll tell you, I would never be a doctor. I would never, ever be a doctor. And I'll tell you why. Because I couldn't draw the line between my moral obligation to care for a patient and not caring and trying to just do what the book says, but not getting, I would get so emotionally involved with every patient that I would carry all of that onto my shoulders, and I would last a very, very short time. So I have nothing but salute for these professional people and the nurses and everything. But on the other hand, it's like one night I was in the hospital, I'm telling the nurse, if you don't do something, I'm going to do something. And she's going, what are you suggesting? And I'm going, well, I can't be in any more pain at home, but at least I'd be in my own bed. So, there is a car out there, and I got the keys for it. And, well, you just can't leave, and I'm going, watch me. Watch me. I know the back alleys of this new hospital already. I know where the stairs are. So, thank you, Em. Yes.
Did you finally get some pain relief?
It wasn't pain. It was that I was just coughing.
Oh.
I was just coughing, and they felt they had given me all the different things that they could. And coughing is almost worse than pain because you know it's coming again.
Yeah.
And I was coughing sometimes to the point that I'd black out. My eyes would go black.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to do something, and it's like I got nothing more. The nurse, and again, no criticism of these people in any way. But, they're going, the doctor has given me 3 choices, depending on how bad you get. We're already at 3.5. What do you want? So the back alleys. Yeah, Em knows the back alleys. Kenneth, thank you so much. I'm not 100% back, but thanks to, really talented people and the good Lord, I think I will be. So.
Yeah, well, that's what we were all thinking about yesterday for you, my friend. So
the procedure was that you should have it done just to have the experience, man. Because I pulled off the best stunt I've ever pulled off. I pulled off because first they give you some kind of drugs that kind of calm you down, and because the more they can calm you down and the less actual propofol that they have to give you, the better. They try and minimize that, so they have these other things, and so all great, but just as she's saying, okay, now start counting back from 5, instead I went, the gold is buried under the 3rd trip.
Yeah. Okay.
But for my money, I never passed out. I never remember, usually in all my other operations, I remember going down, and then I remember that waking up. And I would tell you that honestly and sincerely, that the entire thing happened with me being awake. I remember where the doctor was standing, the anesthetist, the nurse. It's really neat. Have you been for any surgery kind of thing?
Did you feel the shock?
No. And they tell me that, some people kind of bounce a little bit like you see in the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But they tell me that I didn't, that I just kind of went, ugh, something like that. But there's a sunburn mark, it was pasted on here.
I'm thinking from having the burn marks, you know, you had to feel it, but I guess you were enough out.
And I have no memory of it at all, but I also have no memory of being out. I mean, I remember the kind of getting real mellow and everything, but in my mind, I remember that room, and it got very ethereal, and things were moving around, and then finally, I guess about 5 minutes after it was done, when I said, so when are you going to do it? I'm waiting, They're going, no, it's all done, and your heart was beating beating really well, and it was a big success, and just rest now. And going, wait a minute. No, nothing. Nothing happened.
Time out.
So
Time out, folks.
it was really cool.
You didn't do anything, and you're going to
Folks,
give me
if you
this
are-
big ass bill.
That's right. If you are ever facing cardioversion is the absolute name. If you're ever facing that, have no trepidation. You know, don't go in there. I'm a bad surgical candidate. I'm just on edge. And of all the things that I've had done, do not ways you're going to the dentist. So,
Yeah.
of course, the dentist shocks are no.
I hate dentists. Oh, my God.
Actually, I've lucked out. I had for 20 years here coming back, I had the nicest guy. He retired, moved me to a younger guy's practice, and they are superb providers of services. I think of them as my friends. They're just really neat people. So
I have a dental appointment coming up the end of the month. Another one.
That was one of the things as we're getting ready for surgery yesterday. You know, they want to know all about your teeth. They want to know if any tooth can move or, I said, no,
Yeah.
everything is connected. There's gold ones and there's bridges, but it's like the bridges of Madison County. It's firmly attached on either end.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're certainly glad you're back. We're certainly glad you've
Thank you, Em.
made it through what's going to be the entire show.
Thank you, Sonny.
Emily has
Yes.
2 more appointments when she gets back from the Philippines.
All right. I feel that you're saying my color is good, but it feels good on this side too. And I just, have nothing but Thanksgiving for both the people and the powers that got me here. So anyway, looking forward to more. All of a sudden in this surgical thing, I find out my cardiologist didn't know like I had this show and that I do travel stuff and that I travel the world. And all of a sudden, just as I'm going out, he's going, so what do you think's better, Venice or Florence? And of course I'm giving him because to me, Venice is a 4-hour walk through, and you've experienced Venice. Not bad, but that's what it is. But Florence, Florence is a city that you can spend a week in and you haven't even touched it. It's just, and do remember that's where the statue of David, Michelangelo's original, the statue of David is. And just an awesome, so he's going, oh God, I got to talk to you when, we get through this. So I can't wait to talk to him. So.
All right. So you got the cardiologist now
We got to get him on a cruise, though. We got to have a cardiologist.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be cardiac health and a lot of fun. So seems like when I first met him, I didn't like the guy. He was just, one of them arrogant surgeon kind of guys and everything.
Yeah.
Now that I've gotten to know him a little bit, he's funny and he's cheerful, and I think he's a really good guy.
Great.
So, yeah.
All right, Amigo John. And by the way, folks, don't be shy. If anybody knows of anybody in Europe, the UK, anywhere in Europe that would like to do this show, all they got to do is sit around for 45 minutes or so and run their mouth.
And the things we don't talk about, travel or food or medicine or politics. Other than that, everything's on the table.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, that's going to wrap us up for this week on the Cruise Amigos Live. And everybody, we'll see you next Thursday, same time, same place. John, we're so glad to have you back. See everybody next week.